So today I'm going to read August 26th entry from Hope for Today, Courage Change, and One Day at a Time in Al-Anon. August 26th is on page 239. So I'm going to read from Hope for Today first. It wasn't a coincidence, but a miracle of Al-Anon that I began my fourth step and undertook a major overhaul of my garden on the same day. I had moved too late for planting, but I decided to remove all the overgrowth in preparation for next year. I removed weeds, leaves, and dead plant material. Then I began to dig, turning dirt over to loosen it. My progress was halted by a clump that had once been a tiger lily. I dug around, delving deeper, to reveal a tangle of roots binding the mass to the earth. My attempts to remove it in one clump proved futile. I tugged, pushed, and kicked, but it refused to move. My frustration mounted, and I regretted embarking on a project that seemed impossible to achieve. I took a break. I rested and thought of using a different approach to removing the tangle of roots. I got up and went back to work. This time, slowly and meticulously, I began disentangling the mass one tiny piece at a time. After I had finished, leaving behind a large hole in the ground, I filled the hole with new earth. I gazed satisfied at the result of my persistence, a garden prepared for new growth. That's when it came to me. This is how Al-Anon helps me today. Al-Anon showed me how to detangle myself, sift through the debris, and humbly ask my higher power to prepare me for new growth by removing the clumps in my way. Thought for the day. If the work of sorting myself out in step 4 seems daunting, I'll ask God to show me a different approach. Quote, new weeds will sprout, and some plants will forever need pruning. The steps equip me with weed control and garden manuals. That quote is from Survival to Recovery, page 201. Alright, that is the reading from Hope for Today. I like that one. Moving on from Courage to Change, August 26. Looking back, I've often reproached myself. How could you not have known what was happening? Alcoholism left messy tracks all over my life, yet I didn't see them. How could that be? Denial is one of the chief symptoms of this family disease of alcoholism. Some of us deny that the drinker has a problem. Others are all too willing to blame him or her for all our problems, denying our own participation. Why? Because we alone can't defeat this disease. So we invent ways to survive the constant crisis, broken promises, lost hopes, and embarrassments. One way to cope is to deny the unpleasant or terrifying reality. In Al-Anon, we learn more productive ways in which to cope with alcoholism, ways that don't cost so much in loss of self. With the support of other members and with tools and principles that offer direction, we become able to face what is really going on. We go beyond mere survival and begin to live again. Today's reminder: at all times I have done the best I was able to do. If my only way to cope with a difficult situation was to deny it, I can look back with compassion to that person who saw no better option at the time. I can forgive myself and count my blessings for having come so far since then. Quote, regret is an appalling waste of energy. Sorry for that background noise. I'll say it again. Regret is an appalling waste of energy. You can't build on it. It's only good for wallowing in. By Catherine Mansfield. Alright, and that one was from Courage to Change. Our last one is from One Day at a Time, August 26, page 239. Someone at Al-Anon meeting said, my wife has been around AA for 10 years and has never made a first anniversary. She almost completes the year, and then something happens that sets her off to drinking again. It may not last more than a few days, but these repeated lapses are so frustrating that I wonder if she'll ever make it. This is a problem Al-Anon is well able to solve. It was pointed out to him that the long periods of sobriety were a cause for rejoicing, that he should appreciate the earnest effort his spouse made to stay sober, and not condemn her lapses, and above all, that the problem is not his but hers, and does not have to affect his life as an individual. Today's reminder: too often I can take the alcoholic's struggles unto myself, and feel that I should be able to do something about them. When I find myself slipping into this godlike attitude, I'll do a little concentrating on the first step, admitted we were powerless. Quote, "Why art thou troubled because these things do not succeed with thee according to thy desire? Who is there who hath all things according to his will? Neither I, nor thou, nor any man upon earth." By Thomas A. Kempis. Alright, and those are the readings for August 26th. Thank you all for reading this with me, and I will see you again next time. Bye.